50, I shall be on. A very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH 286, Patricia and David. And it's the 20th of October. The season is getting by, and a lot of people are on passage. I see another slug of boats left Fiji today, and some more expected tomorrow. Quite a stream of boats going south, and also going southwest from Fiji and New Caledonia to Australia. Boy, there is some weather about, which we'll get on to very shortly. Just to let you know that here it is 18 degrees, although you wouldn't really know it because it's damned windy. 20 knots of wind, 15 to 20 southwest. It's been very gusty all day, actually, with the odd shower just to be annoying. The barometer is dropping. Fortunately, the high is ever so slightly moving away, 1014 at the moment.
Not yet.
You don't think it is? Well, our barometer says it is slightly down.
That's because there's a dip.
Well, might be just a bit of a dip. Okay, we'll have a bit of a discussion on that later. And it's about 30% cloud cover. Boats are struggling to get in to Opua if they've gone too far east, but Bella Vita arrived today, so they'll be pleased to have a good sleep tonight. The weather up there is really snotty to try and get in if you've gone too far east. It's really, really worthwhile checking, folks, that you are what the weather is going to be wind direction wise when you arrive in New Zealand. It's 20 knots southwest there at the moment, and Champagne, for example, are really battling. They are at 3317 and 17507. Now going 323. Yep, that's what they're having to do. They're going on a course of 323 at 5.8 to go back out and start again trying to make it to Opua. It really is very difficult, but if they can hear, which they probably won't on this frequency, the only thing you can do basically is just hang about and wait. It will come easterly on Saturday, I think David said.
Yeah.
But the other option, of course, is to do what they're doing. But I think from looking at the seas, it's pretty grim. And I think David has got some even more grim news for you if you're going to be in that area. So I'm going to pass the microphone before I call the boats in, and he can tell you about the seas to expect. But we'll do what we did last night, and we'll first of all call the boats going to Australia and coming down from the top, and then the boats coming to New Zealand. Here's David.
Yeah, we're doing something a little different tonight. I was looking at the various models and some of the conditions that are out there, and it dawned on me that what we predicted a while ago about 3 to 4 meter seas is probably going to happen. I'm looking now. Well, actually, I look at 4 different models, but almost all of them are in agreement. I'm looking at Sunday. This coming Sunday. And if you're at, say, between 28 and 30 south and roughly 173 on the longitude, 173 east, you are going to have seas 3 to 4 meters, and they are from the southwest. So you'll be pounding into them. Now, another area of concern that I have, also on Sunday, at that time in fact, is if you draw a line almost due north from North Cape or Cape Reinga, maybe just a little bit east of north, you draw that little line there, and what I see is the southwest swells of 3 to 4 meters, but there's a cross swell. There's a swell coming in from the southeast that looks like it's about 2 to 2.5 meters. So along that line, and it's a fairly long line of latitude that this area covers where these seas come together. So be careful if you're there at about that time. And those of you that are in the know are aware that when you have a situation like this, that's really the basis of these rogue waves that we hear about. Well, also on Sunday, on the other side of the Southwest Pacific, near Australia, again on Sunday, we're going to have 4 to 5 meters out of the northeast. And this area is roughly 26 south and between 155 and 160. It'll move off fairly fast, but for a period of time, 4 to 5 meters. That's pretty bad. Now, if you look at your isobars for that day, in fact, you'll see the infamous polar dip forming on Sunday. And that starts at about 24 south and 156 east. That's sort of the middle of the lowest part of the dip, or the lowest part of the dip. Now, guess what? A depression forms a day later, this coming Sunday, about 4 in the morning. And the seas are going to grow with that. So that's the reason that we're going to see the fairly big ones. That's about it for me. I'll pass this back to the chief.
Well, the first 2 boats I'm calling in tonight, well, it's the last time we'll talk to them because they're breathing down the neck of Bundaberg and have had pretty sporty conditions today. Let's start with Eye Candy, Gulf Harbour. Yeah, good evening there, Andrew, and not as good as normal. The conditions have been pretty bad on the radio today. Go ahead, over.
Okay, we've got at the moment 10 to 12 knots from the east. We've had it right around the clock, and it's been 100% cloudy all day, and we've had rain and up to 25 knots from the northeast. So it's very confused sea. Our position is 24 degrees 09 minutes south, and high 3 degrees 1 minute east. Course of 2 speed 1, speed of 5.4. How copy?
Very good. I have the report from Eye Candy, just for those that can't copy them. East 10 to 12 at the moment, but it has been up to 25 northeast today. Interestingly, the GFS hasn't quite caught the easterly yet. It's still showing northeast. So east 10 to 12, 100% cloud cover, rain on and off, and confused seas today. So you'll be very keen to get in. 2409 south, 15313 east, 261 magnetic and 5.4. Correct, over?
The computer's dead.
Oh, David's just decided that the computer's gone dead. And I see Gone with the Wind haven't quite caught you, but I wonder what will happen overnight. So, yeah, this is interesting. Hang on a minute, we're just looking at a bit of a computer problem. Well, both mine are okay. Just stand by, folks. I mean, there must be.
You know,
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to get the charging thing.
Okay, we just have to do a little bit of find the charging unit. He has got a new battery, but it doesn't say, oh, there's your screen's gone up there. But okay, all well on board, I presume, and you're looking forward to getting in there, Andrew, over?
Well, we will be arriving in the early dawn, so there's no great rush. The tide will pull us in later, over.
Roger that. So I presume you're very familiar with the area, over?
I've only ever taken one out of the boat in so long ago, I can't remember, over.
Oh, well, you can always put Gone with the Wind in front of you and follow them in, over.
Oh, we got good chance, we'll be fine, over.
Oh, that's good. All right, well, have a good, safe arrival, and yes, just take it real easy, but you will be wanting to get into some shelter, I'm sure. So, sort of 6 of one, half dozen of the other, isn't it? All right, good to talk to you. I'm not sure that we'll hear you on air in the morning. You'll be busy checking in, maybe, but all the best for the arrival. Over. Now let's go clear with Eye Candy, and let's go to Gone with the Wind. Liam, are you up tonight? Yeah, pretty good, Liam. Actually about the same as Andrew tonight. Go ahead.
All good on board. Still no fish. We 8, 9 miles to go to the entrance channel to Bundaberg. You have a copy, over?
Yeah, all copied. So you've got 89 miles to go to the entrance to Bundaberg. You're at 2411 south, 15347 east, 263 true, motoring at 6 knots, the breeze behind, and you have had the same weather as Eye Candy, the squalls and such like. So you'll be very pleased to get in. So have a good, safe arrival. And hi to Annie, over. Yeah, thank you very much, and yep, have a good, safe arrival there, and a jolly good sleep tomorrow. All right, those two boats are arriving in Bundaberg in the wee small hours of the morning, and now we'll go on to Ankala, the Gulf Harbour Radio. Actually, you've got a good, clear voice. It's coming through a bit stronger than the two boys before. Go ahead, over.
That's a good report.
Yeah, good report, Liesl. 2358 south, 16051 east, 245 magnetic course at 5 to 5.5, east 20 gusting 25, 2 metres swell, 85% cloud cover, and 470 miles to Southport. So you'll just have to go through that weather at the moment. So I presume all is going well with Ankala, over. Okay, so going into Southport, is that 4 to 5 metre swell going to affect them? Stand by.
Where are you going to be
Southport.
on Sunday? Over.
Oh, she's got
We'll probably be about 100 miles out of Southport.
100 miles from Southport.
Okay, so almost 2 degrees to the east of Southport, and that's on Sunday, you say. So the problem, my computer's dead, and I just don't have any imagery to take a look at, and I'm trying to recall what I saw. You would be probably on the fringe of it. It develops very, very fast, but since you've got a few days, we'll definitely talk to you tomorrow and I'll have a different computer, or this one will get fixed or something. Over.
Okay, thanks for that, David. And yeah, so your computer's down, so I was just wondering if this wind is going to continue as it is or abate a little bit.
Is the wind going to continue or abate a bit?
Well, I've got nothing to look at right now, but if I recall, if that low does form, then there probably will be a wind shift. As you know, the lows are going clockwise. So I will let you know tomorrow on that as well. Over. Unless you would like an email, but I don't remember if you get email at sea. Over.
Email capability at sea. That's okay. Thank you very much for that, and we'll begin tomorrow.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm just looking on my AIS, which has the GFS on it, and it looks like the wind is pretty much, I'm sorry to say, staying quite strong tomorrow as well. So yeah, that wind, if the GFS is right and David's comparison work has been shown, it has been pretty accurate. It is staying strong, and in fact, I hate to say this, but it's going into 25 knots. So yeah, it's going to be pretty strong. So yes, you'll just have to, well, I'm sure you've got things sorted to deal with it, and it looks like you might be dealing with it for a day or so, Liesl. Over.
Okay, all right, that's good. So we're going to keep the double reef in the main, so that's all good. All right, thank you so much for that. Nice to meet you.
Okay, yes, boy, that's interesting looking weather going there. All right, now let's see who we got. Somerset, Gulf Harbour. Good copy, Paul. Go ahead. Okay, I'm having a bit of a struggle with the cutting in and out, so I'm just going to have a look at what the AIS says, because your report was going in and out. I think I've got it not right, so hang on a minute. It says here 1657, and that's not what I heard. 16051, so that was an hour ago, but your course is 217 true and your speed 7 knots, 1.5 metres southeast swell and 20 knots from the southeast. That's interesting, because that's a bit more than the figures we're saying here. And
It's just a model.
just a model, says David, and that is
Give it a
true.
band of 5 knots.
And it looks like it's going to clock a little bit and increase somewhat. So is all well on board? Over. Okay, all is well on board, and I've just discovered I'm actually getting you quite well on my own antenna here. Could you just give me your position again? Over. Okay, got that now. 1701 south and 16044 east. Okay, that's good. So we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Over. Yeah, I'm not quite copying that, Paul. I'll just go back to the other one. Say again.
So how much more winds will we get in the night? Over.
According to GFS, it's going to stay much as you've got it at the moment. It's tomorrow that it goes up. So tonight it looks like still in the 15 to 20, but mostly in the 15. According to GFS, it's tomorrow that it goes up a little. Over.
Roger, okay, thank you.
Roger that. Okay, so stay safe tonight, and we will indeed talk to you tomorrow. Okay, going further north, we'll have icy red, Gulf Harbour.
Yeah, Gulf Harbour, this is icy red. Do you copy, over?
Oh, much better copy on you, Ian. It looks like the propagation is favouring the boats a bit further away. Go ahead, over.
Yeah, roger. Icy red is at 11 degrees 39 south, 17008 east. We're steering a course of 190. We were doing 6.4 knots. We had an east-southeast wind of 20, 1 metre swell from the east-southeast, and 90% cloud cover, over.
A really good propagation or good signal from you. 11 degrees 39 south, 17008 east, and a course of 190. I think you give it true, and 6.4. East southeast 20, 1 metre swell from the same direction, and 90% cloud cover. So you're going along quite well. You'll be in Port Vila. Oh, what's today? Thursday. You should probably be there Monday. Is that correct, over?
Yeah, we're estimating Monday at this stage, over.
Yep, Monday's a good day to arrive. They can't complain about that, can they? All right, and I'm sure you'll have the list ready to get stuck into to not take too long to get going to New Zealand. I tell you what, you definitely need those portholes fixed for the weather that's out there near New Zealand at the moment. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, we're not too bad up here. The swell is not coming in at the moment, so we're going on quite nice, thank you.
Yep, okay, we'll clear with icy red. Hello to Sue. And let's start on the list to New Zealand. Lady Nada, Gulf Harbour. Oh, I've got good copy on Lady Nada tonight, so go ahead with your report, Adrian.
Thank you. We are at 3120 south, 17605 east. We are motor sailing at 6 knots at 180 true. We have set 17 knots of wind from the south-southwest, 1.5 metre southwest swells, 20% cloud cover, and 1018 on the barometer. Over.
Okay, good report from Lady Nada, 3120 south, 17605 east, 6 knots motoring on a southerly course, 180, 17 knots south-southwest wind, and 1.5 metre southwest swell, 20% cloud cover, 1018. Any comment from David on anything? No.
Got nothing.
Nope. He's still sitting here sulking about his computer, which has failed to come on. He's probably overloaded it.
No.
I presume all is well on board, Lady Nada, over?
All is well on board. We're having a bit of a cook-up, trying to eat everything before customs can take it off us, and just looking forward to getting home. Over.
Yeah, I imagine you are. Yeah, I'm not sure that they take too much these days, unless you've got meat on board. But everything else seems to be, especially if you've just been in Fiji, not too bad. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear. I haven't heard any reports of anything disastrous. They seem to be more fussed on what's on the bottom of the hull. So you'll just have to make sure it's a good clean bottom, which I suppose you did before you left. Over.
Roger. We spent a good few afternoons working away on the bottom and getting it nice and clean. And maybe we didn't need to have a big cook-up of sausages and mince tonight. Over.
Oh well, that's a good idea. Leaves room for catching a fish before you arrive anyway. Okay, it sounds all good on Lady Nada. They're certainly well fed. So we'll clear with you and go to, let's see, who would be next on the list? Marilyn, Gulf Harbour. Nothing heard from Marilyn. Gracias, Gulf Harbour. Just stand by, gracias. Hang on, we had a bit of a double up there. I think we're back to Marilyn. Marilyn, go ahead, Jeremy. Yeah, you're very, very light, but I can copy you. Just make sure no one's got anything on charger units and LED lights. LED lights make a horrible noise. So just get everyone to turn off anything they have got on and then go ahead. Over. Just stand by one. I'm going to just check my figures here on the AIS because I missed your, oops, there's it. So I have got Marilyn with 15 knots of southeast wind and 7 knots motoring speed, and your position is, actually the AIS gave you 8 knots, so you're certainly doing quite well. The Marilyn's position 7 minutes ago, 2141, so that means that I was right. 2138 reported by Jeremy and 17605. So just a pretty decent southeast wind there at the moment. And I presume crew and you are all, and Marilyn is all well. Over. Okay, Marilyn, clear. I think it's very hard to copy you. Gracias. Your signal was a bit stronger. David, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, Roger, Patricia. Yeah, thanks. We're at 2332 South and 17522. So we're
That's too fast.
I tell you what, we do not charge for radio time, so please slow down a bit, David. But I did manage to get 22 degrees 22 south, 175 22 east, 15 to 20 southeast, 2 meters swell, and you said something after that, but I just couldn't catch it. Over.
Sorry, I think I might have said 25% sound cover. Yeah, whatever, 3 up the barometer, over.
Okay, 25% cloud cover and 1013 on the bar. Okay, so is all well on board? Over.
Yep, we're hunkered down for the night. We've got our Brixton and yeah, looking forward to actually, Patricia, I was just wondering if David could repeat what he said about controls off New Zealand for Sunday, I think he said. Over.
Yes, I'll get him to repeat it because he is quite concerned about the boats that will be in that area on Sunday. Here's David with more comments on the swell coming towards New Zealand.
Right, well, yes, this is Sunday that I'm talking about. And don't forget, what I'm getting is model information from computer models. So you know what I feel about them. Fairly accurate for a little bit, and basically just an idea. But anyway, you're concerned about the seas And from what I picked up, this is a few hours ago, on Sunday, 3 to 4 meters from the southwest. Now that's between 28 and 30 south and roughly around 173. It's a broad area. It actually sort of canted. It's hard to describe. But anyway, the other problem that I see is also on Sunday. I'm looking at that wind picking up, like I said, southwest. Well, I didn't say what the wind was, but the wind's going to be about 25 to 30 knots from the southwest. Anyway, that's not the point. It's the seas that are from the southwest, 3 to 4 meters. And if you take a line between, say, North Cape or Cape Reinga and go maybe a little bit east of north, go on that line. That line represents where that swell from the southwest meets another swell from the southeast, and that's about 2 meters. So right along that axis, if the model is correct, you're going to have some hellacious swells. Over.
Okay, yes, I think that's pretty much by the stuff where we're heading for. So, yeah, I'm wondering should we slow down or try not to see that if we should go for the
Well, we really don't give advice here. That's really your decision. But I will probably know a little bit more tomorrow. Your latitude at the moment is what is it, Tricia?
22.
Yeah, 22. So you've got quite a ways to go before you get to the area that I'm talking about. If it does sound like you'll be there on Sunday, I'll update you tomorrow for sure. If I can get my silly computer to operate. Over.
Oh, that's great. Okay, thank you very much, David.
Yeah, and I don't think we've got an @sea email for you, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay, but very nice signal from you on Gracias. Okay, we'll clear with you two and go to Scoots in what looks like milder conditions coming for you. Gulf Harbour Radio.
Gulf Harbour Radio, Scoots, copy.
Yeah, really good copy on Scoots. Go ahead, Daryl.
Yes, good evening. Our position south 2919, east 16852, speed 6.5, course 115 true. We have south-southeast winds of 13 knots, a 2 metre swell from the south, and scattered high cloud. Copy?
Yeah, very good copy from Scoots at 2919 south, 16852 east, coming down from Newcastle. 6.5 knots on a course of 115 true, southeast 13, and 2 metre seas from the south and scattered high cloud. So I guess there's not going to be too many complaints on board Scoots, over.
All is well on board, and expecting the wind to decrease overnight and for those days motoring tomorrow, and trying to get further east to south before we approach New Zealand, over.
Yep, it looks a good plot. So we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Really nice signal from you. Okay, now who have we got left? We have got Moana Roa.
Good evening, Mr. Copy over.
Oh, actually a very good copy on Moana Roa. Go ahead, Richard.
Our position is 65 degrees 15 minutes south, 166 degrees 2 to the east. It's also a 1852, speed is 6.5.
Okay, I got the degrees, but I might be a little bit out on the minutes. We have Moana Roa coming down from Fiji 2530 and 16612. I'll let you correct that in a minute. 185 true. It's 6.5 knots. How did I go on the minutes, over?
Looks good. 25 degrees, 34 minutes south, 166 to east, over.
Okay, I'll spit out on those. 2534 and 16622. And your weather conditions.
We have easterly it's 15 to 20 knots. Speeds are 1.5 metre out of the southeast. Barometer 1017 and 15% cloud cover. Over.
Yeah, despite the winds, it must have been a nice sunny day. So not too bad, and you're making good progress, over.
Yeah, copy. Yeah, we're doing all well, and all well on board. Over.
Okay, that's good. So all well on board Moana Roa. Richard and Lynn are moving quite nicely, and yeah, you're coming from Moselle to Opua. I'll just correct that one. Got Fiji on the brain here. Okay, clear with Moana Roa, and I think I've got everybody now except for anybody who has left and wants to join us. Any vessels on passage or wanting to start passage? I know we've got images in tomorrow. Anybody wanting to join us, please call now. Nothing heard, which is a relief actually. With David's computer on the blink, we'll have to be working on that one. So have a good evening, everybody. It's actually improving here. Our wind has dropped a little bit, and the cloud has dissipated a bit, so not too bad. But it has been a messy day here. But boy, it's been a pretty messy day in Queensland and down the coast of Australia. So I guess we should be thankful for what we've got here. Okay, everybody, have a very good evening. I'm going to clear Gulf Harbour Radio from the frequency, and it's all yours if you want to make contact. Cheers all. Have a good night.